last morning at the Caribbean Resort. We already checked out and we have given our luggage to Bell Services. We're just waiting for Magical Express to arrive in a couple hours. So we are here at Old Port Royal, which is the main building where their quick service is at. We put in our mobile order for breakfast. All three of us got the breakfast platter, which has a little bit of everything. You have a Mickey waffle, sausage, bacon, hash browns, and eggs. And we're sitting here. The weather finally got nice the day we're leaving, of course. I mean, we had nice weather the whole time we're here except that last few days, so it's okay. There's a cool little bird there wanting some food. Enjoy our lovely breakfast with this beautiful view. The weather is really nice, and I'm getting really close to this bird. I don't know if he's gonna like attack. He's looking for food. And here it is. What a lovely view to be sitting at, to have a Disney breakfast on our last Disney day before we go on the Tragical Express. Yes, it's magical when you arrive and it's tragical when you leave. We're here at the Caribbean Beach Resort in the lobby. It's unfortunately our last day here. We just finished a lovely breakfast out on the patio with the view of the lake and the Skyliner and the Riviera right across the way. And we came into the lobby because it started sprinkling a little bit outside. The weather is super great. It's warm, it's just a little bit of sprinkle. I was gonna do this final vlog from the resort outside with that view, but it's okay. We're gonna come in here and we have this beautiful Caribbean themed Christmas tree in their lobby. So I thought this is a nice backdrop. So our Tragical Express is gonna be picking us up in about 45 minutes. Yes, our Tragical Express will be picking us up in about 45 minutes. So we have some time to just enjoy the last few moments of this resort and to do a little end of the trip review of the resort. So the resort itself is gorgeous. Just like I showed you guys in the vlog originally, the resort itself is wonderful landscaping. There's great jogging trails. It's very big, it's vast. The pools are wonderful. The view is amazing. The lobby is fantastic. The cast members here are super helpful and nice. The only negative review that I have about Caribbean Beach does not have to do with the resort part itself. Everything outside of the room, the actual rooms at Caribbean Beach Resort, everything is amazing. It is the room itself that I have a bit of a negative review. So the room itself is, to me, just a smidgen higher than a motel room. It's just a little step higher. Not by much, just a smidgen. First of all, there is zero Disney theming in there at all. We looked everywhere, nothing. There aren't even any hidden Mickeys. If it's hidden, it was really hidden. It must have been hidden under the bed because there's nothing. There are just a few little kind of like brownish, orangish, Caribbean type coloring in there. And then there's one little like drawing of the Caribbean that they framed. But that's really it. I mean, if you would have blindfolded me and taken me into the room and then opened my blindfold and said, guess where you are, I would have said, Howard Johnson, Ramada, maybe a Motel 6. It was like that. The room itself is very dated. The carpet is old. The corners of the doors, there's pieces that are broken off from the frames. There's things that are rusted. It really needs a good refurb, let's put it that way. In addition to the really good refurb, it also, Disney, you guys need to put some Disney theming in it. I didn't feel at all that I was at any type of Disney resort. Now there's different types of immersions of Disney theming. If you know, you go to Old Key West, it's not all, you know, cartoony theming all around you. It isn't like that, but there's theming all around. It's a little more subtle. If you go to the Grand Floridian, it's a little more subtle. It's more elegant theming. When you go to the Pop Century and All-Star Movies resorts, the theming is definitely in your face. It's all over the place. Cartoon theming everywhere, which we have stayed at, and we thought it was really, really awesome. It was really cool. So those are value resorts. I recommend people who would like to stay on a budget to stay there, and the theming is everywhere. You know you're at Disney, and it's lovely. The Caribbean Beach Resort rooms, nothing. It was very meh, it was very bland, it was basically a motel room. The only things that put it a little bit above a motel room would have been the super large, nice, you know, flat screen TV was very nice. The beds were very comfortable. That I have to say, the beds were very comfortable. They were actually more comfortable than the beds that we get at Old Key West, which we prefer, that resort to this one. But other than that, if you are perfectly comfortable staying at a resort where the room itself is not themed in any way, it's just like a bland motelish type room, then you're fine here. If, like me and the rest of my family, you're looking to be more immersed in Disney, this would not be the resort for you. Now again, I'd like to add, outside of the room, once you leave your room, the resort part, the lobby, the absolutely amazing looking lobby, the restaurant, the pool is amazing, the view, you're on the marina, you have the Skyliner right there, the grounds are beautiful, all of this, so everything outside of the room is amazing, Caribbean themed and fantastic. Even like on these Caribbean themed Christmas trees, which are all over the lobby, you'll find Disney themed ornaments and decorations in a subtle way. You'll see ornaments that are colored like Nemo, for example. This is Caribbean and ocean themed, and other characters like that, but you'll just see it kind of like mixed in with everything else. And I love the way they do that. Those are hidden Disney things all over the place. You will not get that in the room, at least not our room. I know that there are other types of rooms for when you have more than 3 people, where there is a pull down bed from the side of the wall, kind of like you get in Aulani and some of the other resorts, and Polynesian has that too. And I'm assuming, because I haven't seen it, that when you pull it down, just like at the Polynesian and Aulani, the backboard of it has some kind of Disney painting or some character there, because that's what they have at the Aulani and at the Polynesian when you pull that down from the wall. We didn't have that, so I can't say anything about that. I don't know. If some of you have had that room, please share pictures and let us know in the comments if you liked it, if it had more Disney theming than our room. Our room was number 2414 in the Martinique building. This is a moderate compared to the deluxe, which we typically stay at. The moderate does not have a fitness room. The bar, which is right next to Sebastian's dining room, it's right on the water, absolutely gorgeous. The pool with the pirate themed and the cannons and the slides to die for. You can rent bicycles here. Just an FYI, the night before you depart from the Caribbean Beach Resort to go back home, they will leave an envelope in your room which has the details and the time of your Magical Express, which is going to be leaving from the front area of the old Port Royale main building. So we saw ours. Ours said, actually, so this is a little tidbit. When I was at home before we came to our vacation, I contacted Magical Express. I gave them all of our flight information for round trip. All was well. While we were here in Florida, our airline, Delta, switched, kind of altered the flight times for us. They let us know through email, but what happened, Magical Express said that once they do that, it cancels out your Magical Express. So when we received that letter in our room the night before we were leaving, it said, we have Magical Express services, but we need your flight information in order to give you a time for your departure. They left an 800 number. I called them. I told them the flight information, and they did say that, you know, that is what happens. So if your flight information changes while you're on vacation, you get those emails or texts from your airline saying that they changed the flight or something, you need to contact Magical Express. They have an 800 number, or come to the front desk. They'll take care of it for you. So they update the Magical Express, and they make sure that they reserve spots for you on the bus before you leave. Otherwise, there will be no spots for you. So we did learn that. Thankfully, we caught that early and we're fine. If your flights did not change, you'll get that letter in your room the night before, and it will tell you For example, ours, 11:15 a.m. The Tragical Express bus will be in the front. You should get there a few minutes early, and you can hop on it, and it's a free service, takes you right to the airport. So when we got up in the morning, we were done with the room, we were all packed up, and we had a couple hours to spare. We just took our luggage, or you can call Bell Services, and they'll come to your room and take the luggage for you, to the Bell Services, which is in the front of the resort. Right where the Tragical Express buses come and go, and they will keep it in there safe, so you can go around the resort, go get some food. If you have lots of time, like many hours until your Tragical bus leaves, then you could, and you still have tickets or an annual pass, you can go to the parks, you can do whatever you want. You just have to be at the front of the old Port Royale building at a little bit before the designated time, for example for us 11:15, so you can grab your luggage and hop on. And that's pretty much it. So the only difference, if you're coming here in the next few months during the COVID time, the Magical Express system does not magically take your luggage and then and check it in for you magically, and it shows up to your home airport. They don't do that right now. They're bringing it back, hopefully, from what I've heard, after all the COVID thing, and they said the reason they're not doing that is because it goes through too many hands, exchanges too many hands through that period of time. They want as contactless as possible. So that part of it is not available. You do have to haul your own luggage here and there and everywhere. When you give it to the Bell Services, the Magical Express bus comes, you have to take it from Bell Services and give it to your driver, and they will put it under the bus. When you arrive at the airport, unfortunately, you are going to have to take the luggage and haul it and check it in yourself as you would if you were not on a Disney trip. So we've moved to the last section of the last day at One's Resort. This is the Tragical Express. Very sad and depressing. As you can see, people sitting here at Old Port Royale in the front waiting to go to the airport to go back to their homes. It's a tragic day. Nobody is happy. You don't see many smiles. It's kind of doom and gloom. And that is why it is the Tragical Express. It's a totally different feeling too. Sometimes you are getting on the Tragical Express and you see another Magical Express bus stop and people are getting off and big smiles on their faces and they got like a pep in their step. But not us. The ones going on the Tragical Express, there's no pep in our step. It's a very slow, slouched over walk that we go to. So when they do pull up, they will pull up right where this Disney Cruise Line bus is, as you can see. And also when you're hopping on to go to the port for a Disney cruise, once the cruises start, this is where they will pull up. As you can see, there is a Disney's Magical Express departure sign here, but this is where all the buses would be pulling up. That is the front of the Old Port Royale. We did give our luggage to Bell Services, which were very kind enough to take all of our luggage for us, and they put it in there in the back while we had breakfast and walked around and just relaxed a little bit. We had a couple hours to spare.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard Disney Magical Express service to Orlando International Airport. My name is Rafael and I'm your driver. We have completed all the stops that we had assigned. I will say that in some 35 minutes you will be on your way at the terminal. For your safety, please try to remain seated at all times. For your comfort, you can open and close the air vents above you by rotating the control that is right next to each one of the air vents. Also, if you need to charge any personal electronic device, the USB power outlets are provided throughout the motor coach. From row number 1 all the way up to number 20, they are right in front of you between the footrest area. From row number 21 through 28, they are below the window walls. Check those blue lights to find them. If you feel that the temperature inside the cabin needs to be adjusted, please let me know. We are on our way. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
Florida, actually, Orlando. The city of Orlando and the entire state of Florida is sad that we have to be on the Tragical Express bus leaving, so it turned into a gloomy day. If we were to stay, it would have been bright and sunny. This is fact. This is the truth. Bye, Skyliner. We will miss you. We'll see you soon. Bye, Riviera. We'll be staying at you soon. We miss you already. Bye, Riviera Resort sign. Bye, Buena Vista Drive sign.
By palm trees.
Well, California has palm trees, so why Florida palm trees, I guess, if they're different from California palm trees. Why crazy little birds.
By weird insects that bite you and leave weird rashes.
That is true. There are weird insects that do bite you, and we've always had that and weird rashes. There's Nicholas deep into watching his Mandalorian series there. We could like steal all those bags next to him and he wouldn't even notice. Like we tell him, hey Nicholas, watch our bags. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And someone could just walk by and take everything. As long as they don't touch his tablet, he wouldn't even notice it. There's Goofy. Bye, Goofy. I know you're gonna miss us, because we're gonna miss you.
You can buy empty Disney Springs bus.
Buy empty Disney Springs bus. Buy water everywhere with alligators in it. We will miss you and the alligators.
Welcome to Disney's Magical Express.
When arriving at the terminal, please remain seated in the motor coach. I'll be outside unloading your luggage and setting them up right next to the vehicle. After completing the task, I'll come back so we can start disembarking. Don't forget before leaving the cabin to bring with you all of your carry-ons. Pay special attention to items like cell phones, cameras, tablets or computers, any other electronics, and also wallets and IDs. After completing my service, I'll be checking the cabin. Any items found by your driver will be returned to the Disney Magical Express Welcome Center. When you are approaching the door, please be careful with the steps, especially the last one at the bottom of the steps. And if you are sitting close to the first few rows at the front, when stepping down, you might have another step next to you. Please be careful when standing up. Watch your clearance. When you enter the terminal, look for the escalators, or right behind the escalators, the elevators. You need to proceed to level 3 for your departing flight. Once you are ready and set, by following your gate, you are going to pass the security process. And right after you complete the security process, you'll be riding the tram to the gate. Thank you for riding with Disney Magical Express service and for stopping by and visiting. We would like to see you back again. Especially, we want to wish everyone safe travels home.
Before you go into security and go to the gate, you will walk in up the stairs from Magical Express area. You will see Magic of Disney store, which right now it's not open yet. It'll be opening shortly. And behind the Christmas tree is a Starbucks. This is the Hyatt Regency Hotel. We have stayed here. I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic hotel. We stayed here once when the very next day we had a cruise. When you go this way, you have a Universal Orlando Resort store. We just went in there and actually found this awesome shirt. It was an old school 80s Universal shirt. And I'm gonna show you guys. We have a couple hours to spare right now until our flight, so we're just moseying around looking at stuff. So in here, there's all kinds of last minute things in case you didn't find what you wanted or you forgot to buy what you wanted when you went to Universal Studios, or you didn't get to go to Universal at all. Anyways, so we found this shirt. This is old school 80s. The shirts look like this back in the 80s. That's my time period. This was like the original, you know, when they had the Back to the Future ride and the original King Kong Earthquake Jaws. This is an old 80s style shirt, so yes, I got that. So cool. So if you guys are looking for it, we actually did not see that one at Universal Studios. It could have been there, we just missed it. But if you do miss it too, and you're gonna be at the airport, come in here while supplies last and grab that. That's cool. Give you the price here. It is $30, and of course, yeah, they don't accept our DVC or annual pass for discounts, so we're so used to asking for that. It's Universal Studios store. If you go in a little bit further, there's a whole food court right here. It's a good place to hang out, waiting for your flight. They have Chick-fil-A, Sbarro, Firehouse Subs. There's an Aunt Annie's, Panda, McDonald's, Nicholas's favorite. And there's a, right in the center there, they always sit around there. There's a cool little aquarium, fishies that are swimming all around in there. So we typically sit there when we want to eat. We recently had our breakfast at the Caribbean Beach Resort, so when there's an Oakley store, there's a lot of stores way down there too, on the other side of the food court. So there's actually tons of stores here. Here's the Ron Jon Surf Shop. Alright, as we keep walking, there is Skechers, Guess, and there is another Disney store here. This one's closed as well. The lady at the Universal store said that they are doing some stocking right now, stocking merchandise, so they're gonna open up a little later. So that's a bummer, we can't go in. There's Romano's Macaroni Grill. There are a lot of food and shopping opportunities here at the Orlando Airport. As you can see, it's a good size. There's a lot of stuff. We are at our gates waiting for our flight to board. There's our plane. And there's the shuttle. I love the Orlando Airport shuttle. It's like a fun little monorail ride. There goes another one. Love it. That's it. This is the end, my friend. And we will see you on our next adventure. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button right down below. Definitely click subscribe so you can follow us on all of our adventures. And don't forget to click that bell button. It's the little bell icon below. When you click that one, every time I upload a new video, you'll get notified so you don't miss out on any of our new adventures. Thanks for joining us on Penny on the DL, and see you on our next adventure. Have a magical day.
I'm sitting on top of the world, on top of the world, on top of the world. I'm sitting on top of the world, on top of the world, on top of the world. People ask me one